असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय. In the hydrosphere lesson, in our previous sessions, we have completed about relief structure of the ocean, that means bottom of the ocean. Let's see today about an interesting topic, salinity of the ocean. Salinity of the ocean. What is the meaning of the salinity? Salinity means what? Salt. Salinity means nothing but salt. So here I wrote a question. Okay, where did salt come from? Where did salt come from? Actually, what circumstances, what situation led to formation of salt? Okay, let's try to sort out this. Before going to this, salt, it plays a very crucial role in our daily life, because if anything we make food to eat, it is not tasty without salt. Salt is mandatory to use except sweets. Whatever the food you make usually, so salt is very important to make the food very delicious. Or else sometimes you may also know that few people, they may say that salt is high, less in the food. So here, what is salt? How this salt formed? From where? What are the circumstances led to formation of the salt? Let's see. Once you recall in your 8th class in history topics, Mahatma Gandhi was led a movement. Mahatma Gandhi was led a movement related to salt. That you know that Dandi March. It was a major movement in our Indian freedom struggle. Dandi March was a famous movement which was led by Mahatma Gandhi from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi March. We have learned about this Dandi March or civil disobedience movement. It also called as civil disobedience movement. We have learned in our 8th class. But today let's see that how they will make the salt. How they will make the salt. Let's see once. Usually salt, whatever the salt we are using, that we call as table salt. In our daily life, we usually use this table salt. That means table salt means we can say that it is NaCl, sodium chloride. NaCl means what, beta? Sodium chloride. NaCl means what? Sodium chloride. Right. From where we will get the salt? From the ocean, isn't it? We will get the salt from the oceans. What process? Actually, water flowing from various regions or various rivers, definitely it reaches to the ocean. Water flowing from various rivers, water flowing from various rivers into sea or ocean, isn't it? Water flowing from various rivers into sea or ocean. For example, this is river, these are the rivers, this is ocean. When this river water drains into ocean, whenever the flow of the water or flow of the river drains into the ocean, it also contains certain salt percentage. Sir, how, sir? Why, sir? How these rivers, streams, channels also containing the salt, percentage of salt? Because you know that while the river flowing, here some stones will be there. Okay, so rocks containing the compound of NaCl, whenever the water flows from the rocks, we know on the crust, on the surface of the earth, there are a number of the rocks we find. So from the rocks, whenever the water flows, when the river flows, so the rock which contains which compound of the NaCl, sodium chloride, it dissolved in the water and finally reached to the ocean. These are the rocks. Water flowing, and whenever the water flows, due to the hydrological cycle or due to the erosion of the rocks, the water became little bit percent of the salt, because the rock containing compound of the sodium chloride dissolved in the water, finally it reached to the ocean. Whenever it reached to the ocean, huge amount of the water body reached to the ocean. Okay, when the water evaporates from the ocean, then the left behind, that is salt. The salt left behind. So in this process, usually the salt will make. Salt in the ocean. Salt in the ocean also come from volcanoes. Salt in the ocean, we know that in the before session we have discussed that. For example, this is ocean. In the bottom of the ocean, certain volcanoes will be there. When the volcanoes erupt, they pour lava here. So this lava also containing compound of NaCl. Sodium chloride. Not only that, but also certain thermal vents, certain hydrothermal vents, certain holes from the mantle. So from these holes also certain sodium chloride, okay, NaCl compounds will mix in the water. Whenever from the volcanoes, from the thermal vents, most of the compounds of NaCl dissolved in the water, then this ocean water became saline. So I hope you understood that how the ocean water became salty, saline. See, two process. One is river flow. Whenever the river flow, rocks were eroded, the rocks contain compound of NaCl, they reach into the ocean. And second, these two process, when the volcanoes erupt, this volcanoes, the magma lava also having the component of containing NaCl, and thermal vents, holes, gas, okay, from the thermal vents also the compound they mix in the ocean, then we feel very salty. It is impossible to drink. It is not possible to drink the sea water or ocean water. Yeah, how they usually make the salt? Let's try to understand how they can make the salt. Example, this is ocean. You consider this is completely ocean. This is ocean. Yeah, this ocean water will be pumping. This ocean water will be pumped into a small plot of the land. Small plots. So these are the small plots. This water pumped into the small plots which was created artificially by the persons. These all plots were created by the persons artificially. When the water was pumped here, this water evaporated due to the insolation, due to the solar heat, due to the sunlight. This water will be evaporated. Whenever the water evaporated, the salt left behind. Okay, when water evaporates from the surface, then the salt left behind. This salt will be crystal. So this crystal salt, it will be transported to the factories for the processing. And the processing, they'll make the salt. They packed into packets, and they supplied for the sale purpose. So this is how salt they'll make. The making of the salt. I repeat, the making of the salt. This is ocean. Ocean water pumped into a small plots. In the small plots, the water evaporated. When the water evaporated, salt left behind. This salt will be in the crystals, small crystals. So these crystals transported to factories for the refining. Okay, refining. After the refining, it will be packed into packets and they will sell in the market. So this is how usually they make the salt. Let's see another important things about salt. Yes, let's see how we can calculate the salinity. How we can count the salinity of the ocean. What is the salinity? Salinity means amount of salt dissolved in the seawater. What is salinity? Simple. Salinity means amount of salt dissolved in grams of seawater or ocean water. Yeah. What is salinity? Amount of salt dissolved in 1000 grams of seawater. It is called as salinity. Example. This salinity usually expressed in parts per thousand, ppd. ppd means parts per thousand. It's very important. Amount of salt water dissolved in 1000 grams of seawater is usually called as salinity. This salinity usually expressed in a parts per thousand. Sir, what is parts per thousand? Let's see. For example, what is the average salinity of the ocean? Average salinity of the ocean. The average salinity of the ocean is 35 parts per. This is 1000. This is 0 is indicate 1000. So out of 1000 grams of the seawater, the ocean water, the seawater contains average 35 parts per thousand. 35 parts per thousand. Example, you are taking 1000 grams of the water. Whenever you are taking 1000 grams of the water, in that one 35 parts per salinity is there. So that is called as the average salinity of the ocean is 35 parts per thousand. That means 35 parts dissolved in 1000 grams of seawater. 1000 grams of seawater. 1000 grams of seawater, 35 parts per thousand salt was dissolved. See, in the salt there are so many minerals are available. Not only NaCl, but also one of the I hope NaCl percentage is 77.8. NaCl contains 78 percentage. Then after MgCl also will be there. Remaining MgCl, CaSO4. So these are also contained in the or MgSO4. These all are mostly dissolved in the water, but most of the percentage is NaCl. NaCl 77.8% it was accumulated into the seawater, so that's we called as sodium chloride. Whatever we are using is table salt also, NaCl, sodium chloride. Next, yeah, for example, whatever the water you are drinking, river water, you consider river water. How much percentage river water? River water contains 2 parts per thousand. 2 parts per thousand salinity. River water also contains 2 parts per thousand salinity it contains. It's very important. Okay, river water also. Whatever the mineral water you are drinking, that mineral water also containing some percentage of the salinity. Okay, but most probably river water 2%, it contains 2 parts per thousand, and average salinity of the ocean is 35 parts per thousand. Let's see what are the factors affects the salinity of the oceans. What are the factors affects the salinity of the ocean? Example, somewhere in the oceans also, in the sea and oceans, in somewhere the salt percentage is very high, and other places the salinity percentage will be less. Example, evaporation, precipitation, wind, and ocean currents. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 are usually affect the salinity of the ocean. Evaporation. What is evaporation? Evaporation means when the most of the water evaporated, then the salt percentage will be more. Precipitation, when huge rainfall occurs, more rainfall occurs, then salt percentage will be less. Wind, due to the wind, the ocean will move one place to another place. Due to that, the salt percentage will be changed. Ocean currents also they called as rivers of the ocean. So whenever these also move very fast from one place to another place, that area, particular area, salt percentage also will be affected. I repeat, wind means slow movement, ocean current means little bit fast movement. So due to this, for example, here more salt is there. But whenever this wind carry the salt, these also affect this area and this area. This is ocean currents. And whenever it moves to this area, this entire salt percentage will be affects. Let's see once with a small example how the salt or salinity percentage will be more or less. Example, first one, temperature. First one, temperature. If temperature is high, salt percentage also high. It's very important. First one, if the temperature is high, salt percentage also high. Yeah. When evaporation, when there is a high evaporation, the areas are having high evaporation, then the salt percentage also very high. So this arrows increasing of high. Okay, high salinity. Next, third one, high rainfall. When the rainfall is very high, then the salt percentage will be decreases. For example, you are having half glass of water, 25%, 30% of salt water. You mix it with the fresh water. What will happen? Salt percentage will be decreases. Salinity percentage will be decreases. Then same, when more rainfall occurs, then what happens? Salt percentage will be decreases in the particular area. Next, 4, river. In river flow, when most of the river flowing, when the river flow is also very high, salt percentage will be decreases. Example, this is sea. One river is, this is river. Yeah, whenever the river water less salinity. Whenever the river water mixed into the sea, then the salinity percentage will be decreases, because river water is usually fresh water. Hence, the salinity of the sea water will be decreased. Whenever more rainfall occurs in the sea, also rainwater also contains less salinity, isn't it? Then the sea water, the salt water, the salinity percentage will be decreased in a sea. Next, thawing of ice or melting of ice. Melting ice. So whenever the ice melt percentage is very high, again the salt percentage also will be decreases. It's very important. So I repeat, when temperature is high, salt percentage is also high in a particular sea. Whenever there is a evaporation, whenever there is a high evaporation, salt percentage is also very high. Whenever the rainfall also very high, salt percentage will be decreases. Whenever the rivers are flowing, most of the rivers are flowing in the sea, then the salt percentage will be decreases. Melting of ice. Whenever the most of the ice melt and gone to the drain to the sea, then the salt percentage will be decreases. It's a very important thing to understand. Let's see in our world, what are the highest salinity water bodies, what are the lowest salinity water bodies. Highest and lowest salinity water bodies. Here I am writing as highest salinity water bodies. Here lowest salinity water bodies. Yeah, anyone know about highest and lowest salinity? Highest, Don Juan Pond, Antarctica. First one, very important. Don Juan Pond, located in Antarctica. 440 parts per thousand. Okay, lake, this pond, Don Juan Pond, it is located in Antarctica. 440 parts per thousand. Next, Second one located in Senegal. Senegal capital city Dakar. Senegal is in West African country. Lake Redba. So Lake Redba located in Senegal means Senegal capital city Dakar. Okay, West African country. Here most probably 400 parts per thousand. This is 400 parts per thousand. 400 parts per thousand salinity. And third one again, the important one also located in Antarctica, that is Lake Vanda. Where is Lake Vanda located? Antarctica. What is the percentage of salt? Salt percentage is 350 parts per thousand. 350 parts per thousand. See, these are the highest salinity water bodies. Don Juan Pond located in Antarctica, 440 parts per thousand. Lake Redba located in Senegal, 400 parts per thousand. Lake Vanda located in Antarctica, 350 parts per thousand. Right? Okay. Let's see lowest salinity. Where this lowest salinity is there? For example, Baltic Sea. So wherever this Baltic Sea is located near Norway, Sweden and Finland. That means these are located in the Arctic region. Baltic Sea located in the Arctic region. So wherever the Arctic region is there, usually the salt percent is very high, because most of the water was in the ice form. Then the Baltic Sea 10 parts per thousand, only 10 parts per thousand. This 0 is indicating parts per thousand. This 0 is indicating parts per thousand. This 0 is indicating parts per thousand. Baltic Sea salinity only 10%. We can drink. Okay, sir, why the Baltic Sea salinity is very less? Because most of the Baltic Sea area located in the Arctic region. In the Arctic region, nearby the Norway, Sweden and Finland, these areas completely covered with the little bit, maximum covered with the snow, so that the ice water would be most probably fresh water, that we already learned in our first class in the hydrosphere. Second one. And second most important one is Hudson Bay. Sir, where is this Hudson Bay located? Hudson Bay located in Canada. In textbook it is not given. Canada, Hudson Bay most probably 3 to 15 parts per thousand. 3 to 15 parts per thousand. Hudson Bay located in Canada again. So Canada also located in the top, in the northern circle. These are the highest salinity water bodies. These are the lowest salinity water bodies. One of the important things you have to understand that if we wanted to commit suicide, it is not possible in the highest salinity percentage. Example, Dead Sea is there. Dead Sea. You won't be dead in the Dead Sea. If you wanted to commit suicide, because you may float on the water. Whenever the highest salinity percentage will be there, usually the objects will be float on the water. So there is no possibility of committing suicide in the Dead Sea or Lake Vanda, Lake Repta, Lake John Pond. Okay, Don Juan Pond. So these are the highest and lowest salinity. Let's see now isohaline. What is isohaline? In the previous session, we have discussed about what are in our previous class contours. Okay, isobath. Now isohaline. Very, very important. Isohaline. What are isohaline? Very, very important. Isohaline, a line joining the points. A line joining the points. Which points? A line joining the points where? In the ocean. Why a line joining the points in the ocean? Having, I am writing with the red, having same degrees, because it is very very important. Yeah, same degree or same person having same degree of salinity. It's very very important. So isohalline having same degree of salinity, or a line joining the points in the ocean having same degrees of salinity is usually called as isohalline. These are isohalines. So this is our session today. That till now we have done. Till now we have done that about what is salt, why it became very important, what is the process of making of salt. Next, we have also discussed about thermal vents and volcanoes, and we also discussed about how the salinity can be defined, what is the average salinity of the ocean, and next we have done about what are the factors affect the salinity, like temperature, evaporation, rainfall, rivers flow, and melting of ice, highest salinity, lowest salinity, isohaline. Next, let's see, try to understand. In our textbook they have given one picture. We will try to understand that picture, what percentage of the salinity is there. Let's see now. In our textbook they have mentioned about these details in figure number 3.3. In figure number 3.3 they have mentioned about these kind of details. Let's we try to understand what are these details. Let's do this. First, Red Sea. Red Sea salinity is 40 parts per thousand. 40 parts per thousand. Next, Mediterranean Sea salinity is 35 parts per thousand. Black Sea salinity 15 parts per thousand. Baltic Sea usually 10 to 8 parts per thousand. Agriculture irrigation water, usually we use water for agriculture irrigation, so that water also contains 3 parts per thousand. Drinking water, whatever the mineral water we usually drink, that also contains 1 part per thousand salinity. Moreover, saline water, what is the average salinity of the ocean usually? See, 35. 35 is average. The average salinity of the ocean is 35. Means Mediterranean Sea maintaining the average salinity of the ocean. Saline water, usually the saline water most probably 30 to 50 parts per thousand. Saline water usually 30 to 50 parts per thousand. Then brackish water. Brackish water also contains 5 to 30 parts per thousand. So what is the meaning of the brackish water? Brackish water means salt water plus fresh water. Salt water plus fresh water is equal to called as brackish water. Okay, where salt water and fresh water meets, usually that form brackish water. This brackish water 5 to 30% of the PPD they contains. Fresh water. Fresh water contains, just now we have discussed about 1 to 5% of the PPD. PPD means what? Parts per thousand.